Welcome to lesson 7. If you made it this far, great job. You're done with a lot of fundamentals for piano and music theory. Today we start with our first song, a very first one that all of us are familiar with, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Fun fact, if you remember nursery rhymes growing up, or if you have kids and they listen to nursery rhymes, you might notice that this one and the alphabet song and Baba Black Sheep, they all have the same melody. So if you finish Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, you're actually learning 3 songs. Anyway, let's get into it. You're familiar with staff lines, you're familiar with clefs, with time signatures, and with note lengths. As you see, there's all kinds of note lengths in this sheet over here, and all of the learnings that you've finished so far will be applied to learning this song as well. The song is in C major, so it's going to be all white notes on the piano. And right after this, we're going to go into the breakdown of the song, how to play each hand separately. That means how to play each staff separately, how to go about counting the song, finger positions, transitions, and eventually playing it all together. So let's get into it. Let's break the song down into training the 2 hands separately and then playing it all together. We start with the right hand and we'll pay attention to the first 4 bars of the song. You usually started your finger positions as number 1 on C and 2 on D, E, F, G. This was your original position for the finger practices from video 4, but for this song, we are going to switch between the original position, which is this, what you learned before, and we're going to go to this new position where you start finger 1 on C, but finger 2 goes on E. So you skip the D note and start finger 2 on E, finger 3 on F, finger 4 on G, and finger 5 on A. That's because the first 4 bars and the last 4 bars need a finger on the A note for that to be played too. So let's take a look at the first 4 bars and let's break that down further and let's take a look at the first 2 bars. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice that I held the note G down for 2 counts. When I said 3, 4, the note was down too. That's because that note in the sheet is a half note and needs to be played for 2 counts. Let's listen to that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we go to bars 3 and 4, which use the rest of the fingers, and there's going to be some switching in here for you to play the D note and the C note both with just 3 fingers available. So take a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember the concept of switching that we did from the previous lessons. Where you're short on fingers for more notes to play, you can move your fingers over the thumb or finger number 1, because that is the more flexible way of going about moving your fingers to play the notes beyond that finger. In this case, you have 3 fingers and you have 4 notes to play. So I take the finger number 1, my thumb, and play the D note with that first, and then I take finger number 2 and move that over the D note to play the C note. This way, I don't have to move the thumb, which is already playing a note, to play another note, and the second finger is only moving after its job's done with the E note. Let's listen to this one more time. If you remember, in the previous topics, we were switching on finger 2 over the thumb. And in one instance, we switched over finger 4 over the thumb to play an entire C to C octave again. This is to point out the same concept that you don't need to have a fixed finger that switches over the thumb in order to play some other note. In this case, you could switch over finger 3 to play C as well. I find that unnecessary. I just use finger 2 to switch over that because that's also easy reach and helps you come back to the other position that you need quickly. So let's listen to bars 1 through 4 again. Let's listen to this with counts now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, Going into bars 5 and 6, we'll have the finger positions again to the original one, where we do not skip the D note and we go from C, D, E, F, G. So here bar number 5 starts with note G with finger number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was 5 and 6. Let's listen to that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now keep in mind, the D note over here again is being held down for 2 counts because it is a half note on the sheet. 7 and 8 are the same as 5 and 6. So 5, 6, 7, 8 together sound like this. This is what it would sound like with counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So bars 1 to 8 will now sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. If you notice, it was not that hard to come back to the original positions, because most of the work was being done on the 5th finger in order for it to come back to position. So let's take a look at the ending of bar 4, or the 4th bar. These are the notes in bar 4, and 3 and 4 together sound like this. When I switch over finger 2 over 1 to play the C note, my 5th finger is brought in closer to the other keys. I use the movement to go back to go to the G note instead of the A note where it originally was. So let's see that one more time. Bring it to the G note instead of A note to start bar 5, and all the other fingers will automatically come into the original position. 4. If you notice, I still have the finger 1 available to play on C. I don't have the C note in these bars, but this usually counts for good practice because you have 4 notes to play straight and you have all of your fingers available for that. And that's why the switch back to the original position. You could technically play this in the position that we were maintaining before. It would sound like this. There's only a matter of personal preference whether you would want to play like this or if you want to go back to the original position to play it like this. The reason why I preferred to play it in the original position is because at the end of bar 8 I'm playing the D note for 2 counts, and I would much rather play that with finger 2 because in bar 9 I have to start with finger 1 on C again. This is how it would sound like. This leaves the finger available for me to start the next bar smoothly. Had I played it with the original position, had I played it with the position where I skipped the D note, I would have had to play D with finger number 1 and then have it available to play C. So instead of switching, I'm having to free this finger that is already playing a note right now to play another note. While it is not the worst thing ever to do that, if I could avoid it, I definitely go for that. And that's why I'm playing this with the original position. Bars 9 to 12 are the same as bars 1 to 4. This is what it sounds like. If you notice, there was that one little change in bar 4 and bar 12. So bar 4 ends like this. And bar 12 has that variation to make it sound more completing or just extra, but this is also an example of eighth notes being used in a bar. So here, for the same count, I will be playing two notes and then I move on to the next note. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you noticed, I played in just count 1. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is an example of eighth notes, a quarter note, and a half note. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of right hand sounds like this. Let's move on to the left hand now. The left hand maintains the original position throughout the song, and in times when it has to play the A note, we switch finger 1 over the finger 2 over finger 1 to play the A note and then come back in the original position again. All notes in left hand are half notes, which means they will be played for the 2 counts that we count out of 4, each and every one of them. This is what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's nothing extra happening in the left hand, and all the notes are half notes, which makes it easy to remember. Bars 1 through 4 and 9 through 12 are the exact same on the left hand, and bars 5, 6 and 7, 8 are the exact same on the left hand. The only variation over here is that finger 2 goes over finger 1 to play the A note, and then you bring all the fingers back into position. This makes the left hand relatively easier to learn than the right hand. When you put all of it together, this is how bar 1 through 4 would sound like. If you notice, the switch on fingers was in the second bar for the left hand and in the fourth bar for the right hand. Let's go to bar 5, 6, 7, 8. All of it together. See you in the next lesson.